Hello there and welcome to the Bicycle Diaries. It appears that autumn is truly upon us now here in the UK. The weather has turned for the worst, so it's quite wet and windy out there. The temperatures have started to plummet, so it's around 10-11 degrees, and the likelihood of us having some really nice sunny days are really fading fast. But not to worry. I don't mind cycling in the autumn as long as it's nice and dry. The winds, I think you can kind of look at that as an extra training aid, but yeah, I just really don't like going out in the wet, and if I can avoid it, I will. So that of course means that I will be using the turbo trainer a bit more, and for me that's permanently set up in my conservatory, so it's very easy to just jump on and do 45 minutes or so whenever I've got the time. Now, having said that, I have to admit to being a little bit lazy this week. I've not done any road cycling at all because of the weather, and I haven't done any turbo training either, and that's not down to any one specific reason, apart from just plain old laziness and lack of motivation. Now, the last time I did some turbo training was only about 2 weeks ago, and I really enjoyed it. I was able to listen to my music and disappear off into my own little world. I was able to log on to Zwift and start riding around the course in Harrogate, and I just kind of need to find the enjoyment that I had from that and then get myself motivated to get back on the turbo training and get some cycling in. If you were watching my vlogs a few months ago, you'll know that I was having a real issue with bike fit. It didn't seem to matter what I did or what bike I rode, I just could not get comfortable. Now that was until I went up to visit my chum Steve at his shop and we performed a full-on bike fit. Now the first big revelation to me was the position of the cleats on my cycling shoes. I'd been riding with them in the wrong position, and once we'd sorted that out, things started to get a lot better. And then the real eureka moment came when I lowered the handlebars on my Cannondale to a similar height to that of my Trek. Since then, it seems that every bike I ride feels really comfortable, even though they are slightly different. And yeah, it's all got to be down to the cleat position on the cycling shoes. If you were watching last week's vlog, you'll know that I then had an issue with the cleat on my right foot. I was 30 kilometers from home and I was just unable to clip in, and every time I got my foot on the pedal it started sliding off. Lucky for me, the problem seemed to kind of resolve itself and I was able to get home. But the next time I went out cycling, which was with my other half on a very leisurely ride, the problem reappeared again, so that was really annoying. Luckily for me, the ride I was doing wasn't particularly long. It was only like a 10-kilometer round the block thing, so the cleat issue wasn't too much of a problem, but it does mean that I need to kind of sort that cleat out, so I need to replace that. I've bought some new ones, but I'm a little bit nervous about putting the new ones on just in case the cleat position isn't quite right. Now I've got an idea of what to do. I've done it many times, so I'll be doing that in the next couple of days, and then I'll also be able to get out on the bike when I need to. On the subject of bikes and the autumnal weather that we're having at the moment, I think it's time that the Trek and the Cannondale went back in the garage and waited out the winter there. So it's a job now for my clunky old Specialized Alley. So I need to get that out, give it a bit of a quick service, tighten the brakes up, index the gears again, and then that will also be good to go. I'd like to send out a massive thank you to somebody called Ellie at a company called altuvita.com for sending me through this very snazzy phone case. Now, up until now, I've been using just a regular plastic bag to put things like my phone, my keys, my cards, my cash, and all the little bits and bobulums that I carry with me on the ride. This phone case that Ellie sent me is very compact, it's waterproof, the phone fits in very nicely along with all my other stuff, and it also fits very conveniently into my jersey pouch at the back there. So again, thank you very much, Ellie, for that. And in other news, I've entered the ballot for the Prudential London 100 ride taking place next August. Basically, this is a 100-mile road ride taking place on closed roads that starts from London and then heads out into the Surrey countryside and takes on some of the iconic climbs such as Box Hill and Leith Hill before returning to central London again. Now, I'll find out whether I've been successful or not in January, but I'm not going to hold my breath because this is like the third or fourth time that I've entered the ballot, and each time I've been unsuccessful. Now, I could of course always opt for one of the charity places, but I do have a couple of issues with this. Mainly the fact that if it's going to be a charity ride, that's what it should be, and everybody should be crystal clear about what they're signing up for, rather than giving them the impression that there's some kind of ballot that they could enter. And secondly, I just don't think that I would be able to raise the minimum donation, which is going to be between £500 and £1,000. All in all, it sounds like a fantastic event to participate in, but at the end of the day, if I don't get in, I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you'll know that my normal posting schedule is twice a week. So I'll post a film on a Tuesday afternoon and then another one again on Friday morning. And so far this has kind of been working okay for me. But recently it started to get a little bit difficult for me to hit those deadlines. So I'm thinking of changing the format slightly. At the moment, I would like to aim for still posting 2 films a week, but maybe not on that Tuesday Friday kind of schedule. It might be a bit more along the lines of when I've got the films ready, and sometimes that might only mean 1 film a week. So I'm really looking forward to your input on this. So if you've got any thoughts about that, please tell me all about it in the comments below. If you found this film useful, please like and share. And if you'd like to get the most out of your cycling, please consider subscribing for my regular weekly uploads. It's completely free and you can do so by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching.